All right, so we are back. All right, so now round 4, we are reaching almost this is the end of the first half of the tournament. All right, and we have Team Marshall taking the bye this time. All right, and so far, everyone's been having a good run. And we're gonna have Danny once again on board one. Playing against
Danny and I'm not sure what is his name, but I assume he's like strong as well. I'm not sure. I'm just sure.
I think he's playing on Team Canada.
Team Canada. So.
Yeah, Team Canada. I think he's on our Canadian team. So this is gonna be I think they have a whole team dedicated with all Canadian players. So
yeah,
this is very cool to have like a patriotic.
Are they gonna play the anthem if they won't? Yeah, so. But it's still cool to see like Flashface. So Ray at the back there, you just introduced.
Ray is gonna be playing against Miguel.
Right.
You got Alexis versus Akash, and these are all the board ones. We got some interesting games happening even behind the scenes, besides from board 1. So I love what's going on here. I definitely love what's going on here. We got some dynamic gameplay from everyone.
Yeah.
All right. And Danny, we saw him earlier on board 1. He had an unfortunate loss, even being up the piece. He had to deal with a pawn storm, couldn't manage it, and he wound up losing that game. But I believe he's been picking himself back up, and he's been taking wins for the rest of his games. And we'll see what happens here. And that last game that we saw earlier as well.
Exciting game.
That was very exciting. And we did have a chat with him. He definitely felt very uncomfortable with that position.
Yeah, but it's blitz, and like the way he do it, that is still impressive. I mean, blitz player.
And that's the thing about blitz. You're always going to be under pressure.
Exactly.
If you can manage your nerves, you will definitely have a good time on this tournament, or in this game.
I got a question for you. Would you take a better position but down a minute? Would you play that, or you take a worse position but you're up a minute? How would you take that?
That's a very good question.
Like how much worse? Let's say it's not too much worse. Maybe you're down a pawn. Let's say
down a pawn. All right, I could deal with down a pawn. To be honest, I would rather take the worst position but be up a minute.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
That makes sense.
Because a lot of times in losing positions, they're easier to play. And already we got a regular Rui Lopez. There we go. Morphe's defense. And then D4 right away.
D4 right away. Is that prep or what is this called? I don't recall like how this
I don't remember. I don't know this variation, but I could definitely say this is not what has been played recently. Usually what we usually see is like the martial attack. All right. And B5, very normal move.
Bishop B3.
Bishop goes back to B3.
Knight maybe take on there? Take, or is it a trap? Let's see.
I think it may transpose into the same lines that we usually look into, like kind of like anti-martial kind of thing. But D4 was already played, so Knight takes on...
Knight takes D4 probably. The pawn is off.
Pawn takes D4.
Right, pawn takes D4, Knight takes probably. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's in castle right here. I mean, just...
Yeah.
If you take on that pawn, there's a lot of compensation for white.
Yeah, white has a lot of compensation. The dark square bishop could get into action right away. White could castle right away.
Right.
And I think white is maybe up like by 1 tempo just to like get that king castled and may be able to go for some type of attack right away.
Okay, what is happening here? I think
we just need to wait for the board to kind of reset, and then we'll get back in.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay, so he sacked the pawn.
Okay.
Did he sack the pawn? Yeah,
he did sack the pawn. Bishop Okay, now we see this position. But
but he gets the pawn back. He gets the pawn back. Okay, and I can see rook e1 pinning the knight.
Even f4 later.
F4 may be an idea.
Yeah.
Or what if rook e1 and then knight c6.
Knight f6.
No.
Knight. You mean knight df6?
Knight c6. I mean.
Put the knight in the outpost. C6.
So rook e1, knight c6, and then you start to attack not only the queen and the bishop, but you start to aim at the knight as well. Now, granted, white's pieces is not developed, but you may be able to get an extra pawn.
Right.
Maybe.
Let's see what happens. This is exciting. Rook
Because
E1.
this is another thing too. Rook E1, and then you have to consider, what if you don't go? Oh, so he goes bishop.
Okay,
He goes bishop
D7.
D7.
Just guarding the C6. Maybe like you said, he wanted to put the knight there. Right now, he's extra defender.
Yeah.
But now Rook E1, I think, is a very natural move. Like, what can you play besides Rook E1 now? It's just.
I think even bishop would have been better on B7 because at least he would have been eyeing
You
that.
think so?
I think it would have been a little bit better because at least you could eye that D5 pawn, and if you get it out of the way,
we got F4 right away. This is not what I expected.
Knight G6. Yep.
Even
Knight G6. There's no real.
yeah, but what is the follow up here?
It's kind of hard to follow up. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard.
I'm just thinking something crazy like just go F5, but I know it's an amateur move. Like F5, you want to sack the knight on E6, but this is just me like goofing around. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Now Rook E1.
I mean, F5 may be a thing where, but not right away.
Yeah.
Not right away. It's kind of hard to say.
But
this is interesting. Seeing Danny going for an attack, and he's going for the fianchetto dark square bishop.
right. Now Bishop F6, I think is like a move. Maybe in castle, you don't have to worry about that first.
Knight C6 is still an idea to aim at
Knight
the
C6.
queen and the bishop.
And it has a forced trade, right?
Forced trade, and then you got a little anchored pawn there that will be annoying, and it's like. It seems like it's not doing anything, but it's going to be taking away some light squares that you need to get to, where you prefer, like, all right, maybe my queen wants to be on D7, maybe my pieces want to be on B7, and it could be annoying. Definitely could be annoying. But even after, let's say if they play F5, knight could go back to E5, and everything is still kept together, well kept together.
Right.
So he definitely wants to time that F5 push. And if black doesn't want to see that F5 push, they could push F5
As
themselves.
well to block it.
Yeah. But then you have to suffer the problem. What do you do with your light square bishop?
Right.
So there's pros and cons to all these type of positions here.
Yeah, it's just too much possibility. I don't know how it's going to play out. Let's see. Oh, okay. We got a first... I think attacking move queen h5. What is the idea behind this? What is the idea behind this? Let me see. Oh, maybe even rook. No, I mean you can't play that. Okay, but now it's
so he definitely wants to get rid of that
the
C pawn.
Right now, just take the bishop.
Take the bishop.
Is it natural? It's just a natural move. Take it. Rook takes.
But now, knight take. Okay, knight take bishop. Now would be probably the time to play F5.
F5 right now?
Yeah. So knight takes bishop, rook takes C6, F5, knight E5, knight D5.
Ooh.
And now we got the dark squares and all the pieces starting to come into play.
That's
and maybe rook take on C2, but
it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah.
You got a lot of attack going on. If you take on that
so he's holding back on that idea. Right. If that bishop stays on C6, we could see some crazy lines like that.
But we got a reverse pin here, so it's king h1. I think it's like
king h1 is going to be an idea.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
get it out of the way.
Get out of the way first, then slowly. Let's see what. Okay.
Bishop,
now we do
bishop f6.
You see, like that's the point. Like if we can you take on c6 now too? Is that a move? But now you know the bishop is pinned.
Yeah,
right?
But now black solved a lot of problems that he would have probably suffered. Like if in the case that like. It's a whole different position now. It's a whole different position. Because Danny took that move to make rook AD1. But now it's like you lose all of that speed sometimes. Just playing that one move to help keep everything together. Ooh. It's not losing.
Wait. We got an explosive move. Knight D5. I mean, not explosive. Yeah, now it's like forcing. Is it a force? A force trade now? How is this going to handle us? I mean, it's attacking.
It's definitely interesting, though.
Right. I don't see like how you cannot take that because you need to take that. If you don't take that, then it's gonna be a lot of weakness on the f6. It's just gonna take on the bishop on f6.
Yeah.
Right? And then knight f5 is It's so good for
Yeah, knight
white
f5. But
later.
before you play knight f5, I could see maybe f5 then f6.
F5 is right. Yeah,
Because
that's a
f5 is
potential idea.
definitely coming with tempo. The knight will be attacked. The bishop is in the way, but maybe if the bishop stay, so yeah, black may have to play take that d5
Oof.
knight. Knight takes that d5 knight queen. Then what next? Is rook c5 a move?
Rook c5.
Yeah, after bishop take knight, queen take knight, queen
Rook
take bishop,
c5.
and then rook c5.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah, maybe. That's a move as well, actually. Rook c5, where the queen is gonna go.
oh no, rook could take no, rook cannot take on c2.
Yeah, so it's a counterplay. I mean, it's a counterplay for black. Rook c5, activating the rook. Hmm.
And notice the time fluctuation here is going back and forth because Danny was down on time,
Mm-hmm.
but now Danny's up on time.
Yeah, up 30 seconds. It's gonna play out in the end.
Yeah,
Depends
we're
on.
gonna see
Right.
see.
Okay, there's a few moves being played, but I'm not sure. Like maybe it's still loading.
Shout out to Queer's Gambit. Unfortunately, Queer's Gambit is not here today, but I'm pretty sure they do definitely appreciate your shout out. Most definitely. We got some of the other chess clubs here today for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Queer's Gambit.
Yes, shout out to them. Definitely shout out to Queer's Gambit.
It's a pretty big, I think, meetup group as well, like a chess meetup group in
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So we're not seeing the current position right now, but we definitely will see it in a second once we get it recalibrated.
Yeah, this is like the
Yeah.
best moment now. All right, now we see. Oh wow, what is this?
Yeah, so we did see that. I'm assuming that we did see that trade on d5 with the bishop and the queen.
I think
And
rook c5 does happen because the rook is on a5. How does the rook get to a5? Maybe you're right. Rook c5,
yeah,
right?
so queen just took rook on
Oh.
c8,
Is this,
and
oh,
yeah, he's definitely not liking that. Has to bring the knight back.
oh yeah, it's a blunder, unfortunately.
Yeah, and everything is well kept together.
Oof.
The time pressure is maybe getting to him.
Yeah, but you see, like this is the point of like a blitz game. You gotta be like so tight. Like you gotta watch every stuff. Like yeah, it's just
Yeah,
Part
it's
of
you
blitz.
definitely you got to be sharp. You definitely
you
have
gotta
to be sharp.
be sharp.
Can't sleep on the position ever.
Right.
And now Danny is up a full rook.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is completely winning for white. And I don't see any counterplay for black, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see as well. It's just unfortunate. I mean, the rook make a
The
big
rook-
difference. Maybe if the rook is still there, I think I still see counterplay for black. Like
Maybe queen b7. Okay, so starting to poke at that g, but knight goes back to f3 and everything is covered.
Oh,
Okay,
even,
he's just going for the queen
yeah,
trade,
queen
just
c6.
keeping it simple, keeping it
right.
straightforward. He doesn't want any complications. Black definitely wants to keep the queen on board. Maybe a good way to equalize is what if he sacks the rook? Okay, never mind. I was going to say, what if he sacks the rook for the bishop and then takes knight with bishop?
Oh, that's
And then now
okay.
you're not down a piece. You're just down the exchange. But he mitigated that issue right there. And Danny is definitely
Wait, we got one last try. We got a good try actually. I like queen f2 is.
Yeah.
I would have took the rook and just got checkmate.
Yeah, I mean, these little tricks definitely do
Yeah.
help. They do help.
See, this is what I like about blitz as well. A lot of things can
And
happen.
he's down
Yeah,
down
it's
to
a
20
nice try.
seconds.
Right.
I don't think there's any way to like
Yeah, okay, but now it's still
just trade the rook.
Yeah, takes the rook.
It's
Come with the
all
ball.
over from here. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are some tricks you still got to try, even
Exactly.
down some time.
Exactly.
You never know what could happen. You just never know.
Yep, we got a
And
resolution.
I could see. Yeah, that was gonna be made in
right.
two.
Danny got
Made in three, actually. Made in
Danny
three.
got his second or third wins.
Third,
wins?
I believe it. This is his third one. Yes. This was his third win.
Is anybody on like full like what is that? A perfect score? Like a 4-4 maybe?
I'm not too sure. I should ask Micah who is on a perfect score. So we'll get that information after this first half. And a lot of people is already finishing their games.
Oh, I see Ray already standing up. Is the game over? What happened? I want to let's see a zoom in on the board there.
Yeah, well, they already resetted their board, so
right. So
I'll get to see.
Oh, Alexis.
Yeah, Ray just put the thumbs down, so he lost. Ah, man.
All right, I think we all right, that's good. So
and we
far.
got Matt here. Matt here. We see him on the corner, the bottom left corner right here. Matt is playing, and he's in the trenches right now. We're not able to see the board clearly, but he's definitely focused. And Matt, he has really good positional play.
Did you play him before?
I've played him many times, and like his opening prep and his gameplay is really, really good. The only thing about him, once he's down on the clock, the time pressure starts to get to him. That's the only thing. But I mean, it's natural. It's 100% natural. Like, but you have some people who have better nerves than some others. Wait, I heard there's Gene named Chance at Bushwick. Are they there?
Chance.
Chance is here.
Yeah, he's the strongest 1300 GM.
Yeah, he's claiming the most strongest unrated player.
Yeah, you should come and challenge him.
Yeah, you should definitely. Oh, look at his face right there. He's having a good old time. Oh man, Chaz, I love him. Me and him, we are always bantering and going back and forth.
Strong blitz player.
But yeah, he's definitely a very strong, very fast player too. But you know what I love about Chance, and I'm very jealous. I'm gonna say I'm jealous of his gameplay sometimes because he gets the most beautiful pawn structures.
Oh.
Have you seen his Lee chess games?
No,
like,
actually.
He gets the most beautiful pawn structures. Like they don't disconnect. They just don't. Oh man. But that's the end of the first half. And so far we already had some explosive games.
Right.
And so far not too much time trouble actually. I think everybody is starting to adjust the time the time. Because 5 minutes, 3-second delay, it's a little bit of a change in pace, but it still is manageable. That time is still manageable. It's almost as if you're playing 5+2.
Yeah, but still you gotta be like
you still gotta watch that clock. You never know how much time you'll have.
Would love some standing. Okay, I think after this round we can ask Micah for the standing, so we can have.
Yeah, we'll definitely double check for some standings. All right, I'll take note of it and I will let you know the standings right before the 5th round starts.
Okay, I guess
so. We'll definitely keep that up. All right. Thank you for staying in the chat. Feel free to comment on the chat. Let us know what you think. Who's your favorite player here, maybe? Do you see any familiar faces? Let us know in the chat, all right?
Yeah, who's your favorite player?
We'll be right back, all right? This is the end of the first half. We'll be getting into the second half very soon, and we'll see who's up for the new Board 1.
All right.